हेलो फ्रेंड्स, आज मैं आपके लिए इंडियन कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एक्ट रीड करने वाली हूँ। मीनिंग ऑफ इंडियन कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एंड फीचर ऑफ इंडियन कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एक्ट। ये आईसीआई स्टडी मटेरियल से मैं आपके रीड करने वाली हूँ, विच इज़ रिलेवेंट फॉर फाउंडेशन ऑफ सीए कोर्स। एंड आप ये कभी भी ट्रैवल करते समय सुनने से पहले आपके एग्ज़ाम्स आ रहे हैं तो आप लॉ की लैंग्वेज अपने दिमाग में रिटेन करने के लिए ये सुन सकते हैं। So, we start with the law of contract introduction. As a result of increasing complexity of business environment, innumerable contracts are entered into by the parties in a usual course of carrying on their business. Contract is the most usual method of defining the rights and duties in a business transaction. This branch of law is different from other branches of law in a very important respect. It does not prescribe so many rights and duties which the law will protect or enforce. It contains a number of limiting principles subject to which the parties are create rights and duties which the law protect or enforce. It contains a number of limiting principles subject to which the parties may create right and duties for themselves. The Indian Contract Act 1872 codifies the legal principle that governs contract. The act basically defines and governs ingredient of a legal enforceable valid contract. In addition to dealing with certain special type of contractual relationship, a legal enforceable valid contract like indemnity, guarantee, bailment, pledge, quasi contracts, contingent contracts, etc. All ingredients are not studied under the Indian Contract Act 1872, as some of those are not contracts. Only those agreements which are enforceable by law are contracts. Thus, this unit refers to the essential of a legal enforceable agreement or contract. It sets out rules for the offer and acceptance and revocation thereof. It states the circumstances when an agreement is voidable or enforceable by one party only, and when agreement are void, that is, not enforceable at all. What is a contract? The term contract is defined under Section 2, Clause H of Indian Contract Act 1872 as an agreement enforceable by law. The contract consists of two essential elements: an agreement and its enforceability by law. Agreement. The term agreement given in Section 2, Clause E of the Act is defined as every promise and every set of promises forming the consideration for each other. To have an insight into the definition of agreement, we need to understand promise. When Section 2, Clause B defines promise as when the person to whom the proposal is made signifies his assent thereto, the proposal is said to be accepted. Proposal, when accepted, becomes a promise. The following points emerge from the above definition. When the person to whom the proposal is made signified his assent on that proposal which is made to him, the proposal becomes accepted. Accepted proposal becomes promise. Thus, we can say that an agreement is the result of proposal made by one party to another party, and that other party gives his acceptance thereto, of course, for mutual consideration. Agreement is equals to offer or proposal plus acceptance. Enforceability by law. An agreement to become a contract must give rise to legal obligation, which means a duly enforceable by law. Thus, above definition, it can be concluded that contract is equals to accepted proposal or agreement plus enforceability by law. On elaborating the above two concepts, it is obvious that contract compromises of an agreement which is a promise or a set of reciprocal promises. That a promise is the acceptance of a proposal giving rise to a binding contract. Further, Section 2, Clause H requires an agreement to be worthy of being enforceable by law before it is called contract. Where parties have made a binding contract, they created right and obligation between themselves. Example: A agrees with B to sell car for 2 lakhs to B. Here, A is under an obligation to give car to B, and B has the right to receive the car on payment of 2 lakhs, and also B is under an obligation to pay 2 lakhs to A, and A has the right to receive 2 lakhs. So, Law of contract deals only such legal obligation which have resulted from agreement. Such obligation must be contractual in nature. However, some obligations are outside the purview of the law of contract. Example, an obligation to maintain wife and children in order of the court of law, etc. These are status obligation and so out of scope of contract act. Then, difference between agreement and contract. Basis of difference: meaning. Agreement, every promise and every set of promises forming the consideration for each other. Offer plus acceptance. Contract, agreement enforceable by law, agreement plus legal enforceability. Scope, it is a wide term including both legal and social agreement. It is used in a narrow sense with the specification that contract is only legally enforceable agreement. Legal obligation, it may not create legal obligation. An agreement does not always grant rights to parties. Necessarily create a legal obligation. A contract always grant rights to the every party. Nature, all agreement are not contract, all contracts are agreements. Essentials of a valid contract. As given by Section 10 of Indian Contract Act 1872, agreement, free consent, competency of the parties, lawful consideration, legal object not expressly declared to be void. Not given by Section 10 but are also considered essential. Two parties, intention to create legal relationship, fulfillment of legal formalities, certainty of meaning, possibility of performance. In term of Section 10 of the Act, all agreements are contract if they are made by free consent of the parties competent to contract for a lawful consideration and with a lawful object and are not expressly declared to be void. Since Section 10 is not complete and exhaustive, so there are certain other sections which also contains requirement for an agreement to be enforceable. Thus, in order to create a valid contract, the following essentials should be present. Two parties. One cannot contract with himself. A contract involves at least two parties, one party making the offer and the other party accepting it. A contract may be made by a natural person and by other persons having legal existence, example companies, universities, etc. It is necessary to remember that identity of parties be ascertainable. Example, to constitute a contract of sale, there must be two parties, seller and buyer. The seller and the buyer be two different persons because a person cannot buy his own goods. In state of Gujarat versus Ramlal S and Company, dissolution of partnership when on dissolution of partnership, the asset of the firm were divided among the partners. The sales tax officer wanted to tax this transaction. It was held that it was not a sale. The partners, being joint owner of those assets, cannot be both buyer and seller. Second, parties must intend to create legal obligation. There must be an intention on the part of the parties to create legal relationship between them. Social or domestic type of agreements are not enforceable in court of law and hence they do not result into contracts. Example, a husband agreed to pay to his wife certain amount of maintenance every month while he was abroad. Husband failed to pay the promised amount. Wife sued him for the recovery of amount. Here, in this case, wife could not recover as it was a social agreement and the parties did not intend to create any legal relationship. Third, other formalities to be complied with in certain cases. In case of in case of certain contracts, the contract must be in writing. Example, contract of insurance is not valid except as a written contract. Further, in case of certain contracts, registration of contract under the law which is in force at the time is essential for it to be valid. Example, in case of immovable property. Certainty of meaning. 4. The agreement must be certain and not vague or indefinite. Example, A agrees to sell to B 100 tons of oil. There is nothing certain in order to show what kind of oil was intended for. Responsibility of performance of an possibility of performance of an agreement. The terms of agreement should be capable of performance. An agreement to do an act impossible in itself cannot be enforced. Example: A agrees with B to discover treasure by magic. The agreement cannot be enforced as it is not possible to be performed. According to Section 10 of the Indian Contract Act 1872, the following are essential elements of a valid contract: offer and acceptance or an agreement. An agreement is the first essential element of a valid contract. According to Section 2, Clause E of the Indian Contract Act 1872, every promise and every set of promises forming consideration for each other is an agreement. And according to Section 2, Clause B, a proposal when accepted becomes a promise. An agreement is an outcome of offer and acceptance. Free consent. Two or more persons are said to consent when they agree upon the same thing in the same sense. This can also be understood as identity of mind in understanding the terms with consequence ad idem. Further, such a consent must be free. Consent would be considered as free consent if it is not caused by coercion, undue influence, fraud, or misrepresentation or mistake. When consent to an agreement is caused by coercion, undue influence, fraud, or misrepresentation, the agreement is a contract voidable at the option of the party whose consent was so caused. When consent is vitiated by mistake, the contract becomes void. Example: A threatened to shoot B if he does not lend his 2000 and B agreed to it. Here the agreement is entered into under coercion and hence voidable at the option of B. Capacity of the parties. Capacity to contract means the legal ability of a person to enter into a valid contract. Section 11 of Indian Contract Act specified that every person is competent to contract who is at the age of majority according to the law to which he is subject and is of sound mind and is not otherwise disqualified from contracting by any law to which he is subject. Qualification A refers to the age of contracting person, that is, the person entering into contract must be of 18 years of age. Person below 18 years of age are considered minor, therefore incompetent to contract. Qualification B requires a person to be sound mind, that is, he should be in his sense so that he understand the implications of the contract at the time of entering into a contract. A lunatic, an idiot, a drunken person, or under the influence of some intoxicant is not supposed to be a person of sound mind. Qualification C requires that a person entering into a contract should not be disqualified by his status in entering into such contracts. Such persons are an alien enemy, foreign sovereigns, convict, etc. They are disqualified unless they fulfill certain formalities by law. Consideration. It is referred to an quid pro quo, that is, something in return. A valuable considerations in the sense of law may consist either some right, interest, profit, or benefit occurring to one party or some forbearance, detriment, loss, or responsibility given, suffered, or undertaken by the other. Example: A agrees to sell his books to B for 100. B's promise to pay 100 is the consideration for A's promise to sell his books, and A's promise to sell the books is the consideration for B's promise to pay 100. Lawful consideration and object. The consideration and object of the agreement must be lawful. Section 23 states that consideration or object is not lawful if it is prohibited by law or it is such as would defeat the provision of law. If it is fraudulent or involves injury to a person or property of another, or court regards it as immoral or opposed to public policy. Example: A promises to drop prosecution instituted against B for robbery, and B promises to restore the value of things taken. The agreement is void as its object is unlawful. not expressly declared to be void. The agreement entered into must not be which the law declares to be either illegal or void. An illegal agreement is an agreement expressly or impliedly prohibited by law. A void agreement is one without any legal effects. Example: threat to commit murder or making, publishing defamatory statement or entering into agreement which are opposed to public policy are illegal in nature. Similarly, any agreement in restraint of trade, marriage, legal proceeding, etc. are classic example of void agreements. So इसके साथ हमारा मीनिंग ऑफ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एंड फीचर्स ऑफ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट ख़त्म होता है. अगर आपको वीडियो पसंद आई हो तो लाइक करें और चैनल सब्सक्राइब करें. थैंक यू सो मच. बाय. हैव अ नाइस डे.